day, everybody. My name is Dr. Francois Tessier. I am the CEO of the Center for Complementary Therapy and Pain Management in Sri Lanka. Welcome to this series of Zoom interviews where you discover the most amazing doctors, therapists, philosophers, artists, shaman, healers, clairvoyant, psychic medium, etc., that are practicing complementary therapies worldwide and that help us to view the world differently. Today, we have a very special guest. We have Mr. Richard Gordon, the founder of Quantum Touch in the United States. So Richard Gordon masters the art of energy healing, right? He is the author of bestsellers book, as well as a founder of the most famous energy healing of the world called Quantum Touch. Quantum Touch is an amazing healing technique that uses universal energy to manage pain and promote wellness. His work is practiced over the world. I think it's over than 50 countries around the planet. And he's practicing this art and these techniques since more than 35 to 37 years or something. And he taught this technique to over 15,000 people. He taught in universities, into foundation, into chiropractic colleges, etc. So he is internationally acclaimed for his work. Richard was a polarity therapist before he created Quantum Touch in the middle of the 80s. After a life-changing event with a renowned healer named Robert Rasmussen, and he developed this powerful technique that he called Quantum Touch. And he first developed the basic techniques, then after he developed more advanced techniques, and over time, he's going even further. Right now, he's developing miraculous technique with that, so he's gonna talk about that today. Right, so Richard, it's very difficult to introduce you. There is so much to say. I'll stop here and I'll tell you welcome and thank you very much to be with us today.
Oh, thank you, Francois. It's such a pleasure to see you again and to talk with you this way.
Thank you. Well, Richard, I will start this interview by a very simple question. How did you discover the power of energy? Because you were a polarity massage therapist before, and which involved a little bit of the chi, right? How did you discover that?
Well, I discovered this because my health was getting worse and worse. And so I wanted to know how to help myself. And I went to a holistic health school where I was introduced to polarity therapy, which was mind-blowingly exciting work. And I could feel the energy very, very clearly. And I saw results that were astounding. So that was so exciting to me. And when I'd written my first book that came out in 1978, that dates me quite a bit, that book became a bestseller and it went out around the world. But 3 months before the book came out, I was introduced to Robert Rasmussen, this very powerful healer who had never taught a workshop in his life. He'd been practicing this technique he had developed for over 20 years. And he had come up with it on his own, where they're using breathing and body awareness. There's no belief system, there's no religion, there's no philosophy whatsoever. Breathing and body awareness and love. If love is a religion, I'm in. But anyway, he astounded me because my girlfriend stood up in front of the room. We're all looking at a major scoliosis. She has a big S curve in her back. And he touches the occipital ridge, and in 2 seconds, it just rolls right back into alignment. He touches her hips, and the hips just roll right back into alignment. And then he goes up and down her spine for 7-8 minutes. And then her spine was like 50% straightened out. And I was so amazed. I lost interest in polarity therapy for a while, actually pretty much the rest of my life. And I apprenticed with him and eventually took over in his retirement, radically evolved his work to make it much faster, easier, more powerful, so everybody could pick up on it. And now we have ordinary people with all beliefs, all religions, whatever, finding how to integrate it into what they know. We have practitioners, chiropractors, physical therapists, osteopaths, physicians, you name it. Doesn't matter what their background is, they can integrate it with whatever else they previously knew and get enhanced results.
Right.
So quantum touch is this universal, I call it a technique without a big ego, because you can use it with whatever you know and make what you know better.
Yes, yes. So you were inspired by the work of this fantastic healer, and you brought that technique further. Where did you pick up your inspirations? Because you were having already a background in energy, you understood energy, you felt energy. How did it work? How did you find out?
Well, what happened was the essence of Bob's work. Let's back up for people. What happens is, in order to do healing work, you need to have what they call life force energy, the prana, the chi, the ki. You need this energy, and you need to build the energy up. Now, there's a lot of techniques where they use what I'll call ambient energy, like Reiki or polarity therapy, where you use the energy you happen to have available. Now, if you don't have any energy, you can actually become drained. But if you don't have a lot of energy, you can pump up the energy, which is what we do with quantum touch. We use breathing and body awareness exercises to lift our energy higher and higher and higher. And then through something called resonance and entrainment, the other person matches your vibration. If you entrain to the other person, you can come down and feel drained or tired. And that's a very popular theme in movies, where the healer becomes, they sacrifice themselves to help somebody else. And you see it in a lot of movies, Green Mile or E.T. and so forth, where the healer, or that movie, I was called Michael, but anyway, it's a bunch of movies where the healer gets tired or drained. That doesn't happen with quantum touch. That's Hollywood.
Obviously
what we
not.
do is
Obviously not.
we lift our energy higher and higher and higher and higher, and then let the other person come up to match us. I think of it like, if somebody falls in the well, you can climb in there with them and be twice as loud, or you can throw them a rope and pull them up. So that's what we do, is we lift ourselves up first and then lift the other person up to match us. That's resonance and entrainment of life force energy. Right. So that's the basic concept of it. Mm-hmm. So when I realized what Bob was doing, he was using that breath and body awareness to lift the energy. So I thought, well, how can we enhance this so I have more awareness? Now, when you do this work, a lot of people develop the abilities. Most people have it immediately, but some people have to develop it, where you can actually feel sensations in your body more and more clearly. Yeah. And with practice, it's like a muscle. You get stronger and stronger at developing sensation. But for most people just watching this video, can you feel your finger without touching it?
Yes.
Can you imagine you're breathing into your finger right now? Deep breaths and breathe right into the finger and have more and more awareness in that finger. There's a cat's tail going by. and can you increase the sensation in your finger by breathing into it? And can you feel the fingernail underneath your finger? Can you bring more sensation? So what we do is we practice having full body awareness of sensation.
Consciousness.
And like I said, yes, it's consciousness. And with practice, you can make the sensation stronger and stronger and stronger. And then we move these sensations in waves and patterns using various breathing techniques. And that's the essence of what quantum touch does. It's we're moving this awareness through our bodies in waves and patterns with various breathing methods until we can bring it into our hands, and then we sandwich the part of their body. So when Bob showed me the essence of it, I thought, well, here's what we're actually doing. Let's enhance it. Let's make it stronger. Mm-hmm. And then over the years, new insights arrived, like, oh my God, we can do it this way too. And oh, here's another way that even is more powerful and is faster and is even easier.
Increasing.
So that was what Yeah, which led to the level 2 and so forth.